NCAA records along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm good morning football welcome to Rutgers punter Adam Korsak.
Good morning.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me,
man.
Yeah, great to see you, Adam. Listen, you've got a fascinating story. Listen, you were born and raised in Melbourne. You started out playing cricket and Aussie football. Take us through that progression. How did you go from the cricket field to the football field?
Yeah, so growing up in Australia, pretty much every kid plays cricket and Australian football. Always had a bit of an interest in American football. Just my dad would show me movies and we brought me the Madden game, so kind of had that interest from an early age, but wasn't until 17, 18 that I ended up going to Pro Kick Australia, which is an academy in Melbourne where pretty much every punter goes to that's from Australia.
Long road for you to get here. Now you've been at the Combine, you held your own pro day, you're waiting to hear your name called, you're waiting to get that phone call. What has this whole process been like for you?
Yeah, it's been great. Ever since the last game, sort of December, my focus shift towards this, and it's been a great 5 months. You know, I've met a lot of great people and gone to California and Orlando, and then obviously to Mobile for the Senior Bowl, and then Indy for the Combine. So, you know, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. It's gone really quickly, but definitely excited for what today holds, and fingers crossed, hopefully it's good news.
What questions are you asked by the people that meet you, the GMs, the coaches? Like, what do they want to know about a punter?
There's always like that first 5 minutes where it's like, how are the snakes in Australia? How are the spiders in Australia? And then it's like, all right, I'm here to talk football. Yeah, you did. Exactly.
Yeah, snakes, kangaroos you got to watch out for.
You do, yeah. Those things are pretty big. But again, if you stay away from them, they generally keep to their own. But and then I'm like, all right, let's get into the football stuff, you know, because I'm kind of so. But yeah, that biggest question is how will my skill transfer over? Being an Australian rules player and seeing a lot of the Australian stuff, it is a little bit different, but I think it's quite effective. So just explaining to them what my idea about it is and how I can be effective and put our team in the best situation possible.
Well, what's cool about you is you punt unconventionally from what we're used to. You don't just catch it and kick it. You do sort of that run up and different sort of style. Tell us why you do that and how that works for you.
Yeah, I think it's just natural. Coming from Australian football, that's kind of what we do. To pass the ball, we punt it. So how we grew up, you know, throwing a football, how you guys grew up throwing a football in the front yard with your dad or whoever, we punt the ball back and forth. So it's just kind of very natural for us. So obviously I will have to change a little bit just due to the rules of the two gunners downfield, but over these last 5 months I thought I've made great strides in doing that, and very excited to showcase, you know, what Australians in the NFL still do this stuff, and they can be quite effective at it,
Sure.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned the Australian players. I remember in college when Australian rules football became a thing. It was on ESPN this long time ago. It was the first time we were exposed to it. And I remember all the football players saying, these are the toughest guys on the planet. I mean, it is a rugged game. But it's interesting, there's more and more Australian players coming to the NFL. We've got Jordan Mailata, Michael Dixon. You know, what is it that you think is unique about the Australian player and what they're contributing to the NFL right now?
Yeah, I just think in general, I'm a bit biased, but I think Australians are great athletes. We have great weather, so we love our sport, whether it's golf or tennis or football or cricket. And so I think we have just a natural curiosity for sport. You know, it's kind of very Australian culture to kind of on the weekends just kind of surround the weekend with sport. So, and I think you see a lot of those Australians that are coming through, obviously the punting aspect of playing Australian rules football, that skill's so transferable and it's an instinct to punt. But then you have those other fellas that played rugby like Jordan, and you'll see, I think, in the future just that the toughness of playing without pads, right? So once you can teach these rugby guys how to play in pads and how to play, well, it's very different. But again, that toughness is built into those guys. And rugby and Australian football is a full contact game without pads. So once you see, maybe in 10 or so more years, you'll see more and more.
Here's the other thing we used to pay attention to in the rugby and Australian rules football is how you, as the players, were tough as a day is long, but kept your head out of the game.
Right.
Which is a really important thing for the NFL now, trying to keep your head out of the game.
Yeah, we got taught to tackle differently than some of the plays here. So obviously with no helmet and no pads, you kind of want to protect yourself, and that was a big thing for me playing Australian football, was always to try to keep my head up and see what's coming, because you have to protect yourself.
Yeah, keep your head up and tape your ears down, right? You don't want to get those things ripped off.
Right.
That's a big
good look.
Right.
Listen, you've had a chance to kind of see some Rutgers players going to the NFL. We just saw Jason McCourty announce a pick, but you got to see Isaiah Pacheco win a Super Bowl last year. He was a teammate of yours. What was that like watching Pop win the ring?
Yeah, so we had our official visit together in 2017.
Oh, cool.
We early enrolled January 2018. So we've been through a lot together, a lot of ups and downs, and seeing his success is so motivating for all of us. It's an absolute inspiration. You know, his story is amazing, and he has a really great background. So just seeing what he'd done this year and go from the 7th round to starting running back and winning a Super Bowl. So that's awesome, and I'm so happy for him. It couldn't have happened to a better guy.
It was really cool. And we celebrated him the whole way, and it was just an awesome ending. I'm sure it was great for you. Let's just put the cards on the table. Which is tougher, Aussie rules football or American football?
Yeah, so obviously we have yeah, I know, that's what I was looking at in the green room. So we have no pads, right? But in general, the way we play, we're more protected because there's no head-high contact. And there's a little bit more running. A lot of the guys kind of look like me. The guys here are honestly double the size of some of us. So, you know, and I was thinking about it, like from a preparation standpoint, it's definitely harder to play American football because the coaches here have you for 2 weeks, or they're kind of game planning for so long, right? Where kind of in Australia, football, it's a bit of a free-for-all. You just rock up to the stadium 2 hours before the game at the professional level of play. So I would say that apart from the running aspect, American football probably a little bit tougher.
I actually love to hear that. Cards on the table. Is there a more authentic Australian experience than the Outback Steakhouse?
Oh my God.
Could it possibly be
He
more
loves the
authentic?
bloomin' onion.
Yeah.
Have you been to
Come on.
Sparrow?
Kookaburra wings?
No rules, just right.
Nah.
No?
So bloomin' onion, I don't even know what that was until I came here. So
You guys invented it. What do you mean?
I think it's
no?
because of how
Allegedly.
it sounds when you say bloomin' onion. It like
Yeah.
just sounds
that
great.
was a little British.
You're going to sit there and tell me you don't love the Drover special from Outback?
It's
It's chicken and ribs. You get the best of both worlds.
So I went there with 2 of my teammates in 2018. They're like, let's go to Outback, and I was like, all right, it sounds cool. And they get chicken tenders and fries. And I'm like, we could have got this anywhere.
At least you got them at Foster's, right? That's the other one.
But they get the juicy
Foster's
steak and
and
lobster. That's the best.
That's not bad.
Listen, you're not bad either, and we really hope
Yeah, that's
that you
awesome.
land where you're supposed to go, and you just earn all pro punter honors and all that kind of thing. You're a really cool guy. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
and
it.
your weapon.
Yeah.
Scarlet Knight weapon. I love it.
There we
Yeah.
go.
By the way, the Rutgers Scarlet Knight Scarlet White game is today at 3 p.m. if you guys aren't doing anything.
All right.
Come on down, check it
Beautiful
out.
day
Fun
in New
for the
Jersey.
kids.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Great
weather,
day to kick the football.
Beautiful weather. Perfect day for punting the football away.